In a small village where palm trees swayed and stories travel faster than wind, there lived two sisters, one adored for her beauty, the other ignored for her simplicity. But life, as it often does, had a way of rearranging crowns. This is not just a tale about beauty, it's about the eyes that see beyond mirrors and the hearts that hold true words.
She thought her beauty was the throne, but pride can turn a heart to a stone. While one chased gold with empty hands, the other built love on quiet hands. Crown of grace, not one in pride. Two queens have truth on the inside. She lost her shine, she lost her place, but mercy wore the crown of grace. Mercy wore the crown of grace, but mercy wore the crown of grace.
Esther's beauty was the kind that turned heads and silenced rooms. She was tall, fair, and had a body so curvy it made people whisper whether she had secretly done a BBL. But she hadn't. That was just Esther, naturally sculpted like a work of art. Her gait was elegant, and her skin glowed like morning sunshine. Wherever she went, admiration followed. Men gawked, women whispered, and Esther basked in it all like a queen in her court. Everyone sang her praises. Esther, you're a goddess. Neighbors called her Nwanyi Maramma. Even her own parents gushed over her. Her mother once said, if God rested after creating you, it was because he knew perfection needed no improvement. Her father called her his ambassador of beauty. In contrast, her sister Mercy hardly received compliments. People often compared them openly, not knowing how much it bruised Mercy. Her younger sister Mercy didn't have the same aura. She was average looking, dark, slim, and always in Esther's shadow. Yet, Mercy had something her sister lacked, a quiet depth and a kind soul. She would help neighbors, sweep the compound, and read her books under dim lanterns, while Esther posed for selfies. Her strength was invisible, but powerful. Esther, carried by her beauty, grew up believing life owed her luxury. Why should I stress? She would say, my beauty is enough CV. And so, while others fetched water or helped around the house, Esther polished her nails and practiced scout walking in their small compound. She believed the world would come to her, not the other way around. Responsibility wasn't beneath her. After finishing secondary school, the harsh reality of poverty came knocking. Their father, a retired civil servant, couldn't afford university fees. We will look for a solution, he said, but Esther had already turned him out. She had no plans to struggle. She believed life would offer her a shortcut. She even joked that she was too beautiful to suffer. That solution came in the form of a young, promising businessman named Anayochukwu. He was 27, ran a booming fabric business at Ariaria Market in Aba, and was looking to settle down. His success was not inherited but built with sweat and long hours. He had a dream of marrying a beautiful wife who would stand by him. When Anayo came with his people to ask for Esther's hand, her parents were elated, but they insisted, train her first, then marry her. Anayo agreed, smiling at the pretty girl who had barely said 3 words to him. Esther barely looked at him, but agreed because she saw a financial ticket. To her, love was a bonus, not a requirement. Esther didn't exactly love Anayo, but she loved his wallet. From that moment, her life changed. She enrolled in a university in Enugu and began living like her father was Dangote himself. Money was no longer a prayer point. It was a guarantee. Her roommates envy her. Her lecturers notice her flamboyance. Designer clothes, wigs from Turkey, new phones, and constant credit alerts. Esther lived like a slave queen. Her Instagram was filled with photos that made even Abuja and Lagos big boys flood her DMs. She responded to them sometimes, feeding her ego even more. She never mentioned Anayo in her post. He was her sponsor, not her prince. Anayo, in love and insecure, spared no expense. Let her lack nothing, he would say. I don't want her distracted by hungry city boys. He sent her money, gadgets, and even paid her friends' bills just to please her. He felt he was securing his future. He believed that patience would bring a sweet reward. Strangely, Esther hardly called or texted him. I am busy with school, she would say. But Mercy, her humble younger sister, would often go to Anayo's shop to collect things for her. Mercy always thanked him respectfully. She never took advantage, never overstepped. Mercy would always caution her. Sister, be careful. Brother Anayo is not your ATM. He's a human being. But Esther would roll her eyes and hiss. Mercy, please. He's investing in his future wife. To her, it was a transaction, not love. She believed men owed her for her beauty. Months turned into years. Whenever Anayo visited campus, Esther had an excuse. I am writing exams. I am in a girls-only conference. I traveled. He will return heartbroken, but still hopeful. He believed love endured. His friends mocked him, but he didn't care. Mercy watched the whole thing quietly. She noticed Anayo's pain, his silence, and the foolish hope in his eyes. She pitied him, but said nothing more. Her respect for him deepened as her sister's disrespect grew. Deep down, she knew he deserved better. After 4 years, Esther graduated with second-class upper belly. Her convocation photos trended online. She was stunning, posing beside a Range Rover that didn't belong to her. She was living for applause. Her phone buzzed all day with messages from men who saw her as a prize. When she returned home, she dropped the bombshell. Daddy, Mommy, I can't marry Anayo anymore. He's no longer my spec. I now know what I want. Her voice was firm, her tone final. It was like announcing she was quitting a job. Her parents were stunned. Are you mad? Her father yelled. Do you know how many people this boy fed in this house for the past 5 years? But Esther was unmoved. She had tested another level. Anayo was now local in her eyes. Anayo came begging. Esther, if I did something wrong, tell me, let's fix it. Even the pastor tried to intervene. But Esther had moved on mentally, emotionally, physically. She viewed him as expired goods. Her eyes were now on politicians and big spenders. One evening, the parents called Anayo to the house. After long silence, her mother spoke. My son, will you consider marrying Mercy instead? Her voice trembling. Her guilt was heavy. Anayo stared at them, stunned. Ma, he asked, Mercy? But she's her younger sister. His heart raced, confusion clouding his mind. He felt like a pawn on a chessboard. Yes, her father added, we can't undo what's done, but we feel guilty. You have done so much. You deserve peace. His eyes were pleading. The silence that followed was louder than thunder. Anayo didn't say a word. He walked out, heart pounding, confused and shattered. But in the weeks that followed, he thought deeply. He avoided Mercy too, unsure of how to process the proposal. He remembered Mercy's kindness, her quiet visits, her words of warning. He remembered how she smiled gently, how she respected him. Slowly, something shifted in his heart. He began to see her differently. 1 month later, he returned to their home. If Mercy will have me, he said, then yes, let's do it. His voice was calm but resolute. It wasn't desperation, it was peace. Mercy was shocked but calm. If that's what God wants, I'll say yes. Her voice was gentle, her heart pounding. She had never dreamed of this day, but somehow it felt right. The marriage was quiet, simple and without fanfare. No gold dress, no limousine, but there was peace, joy and understanding. Guests left whispering, God works in mysterious ways. Esther? Oh, she was in Abuja now, living the life. Her photos with politicians, oil boys and entertainers were the talk of social media. She called it soft life. She believed she had escaped village struggles forever. Every time she returned home, she would tease her sister. How is your leftover husband? She would ask, laughing. Mercy would smile and say nothing. But her silence spoke volumes. But unknown to Esther, Anayo had changed. He was happier. Mercy brought a calmness he never knew he needed. Their home became a heaven, full of laughter and shared goals. Mercy managed his books, modernized the fabric business, and soon launched her own line of female corporate wear. Within 2 years, they became fashion suppliers to banks and companies. Their name was now whispered in circles Esther once wanted to enter. People started talking. That girl Mercy, she's the real blessing. Anayo is lucky o. Their once quiet union now glowed with success and harmony. The same village that adored Esther now celebrated Mercy. Esther heard these things, but she waved them off. Let her enjoy the local scene. I am going international, she will boast, flipping her Brazilian wig. But inside, the cracks were beginning to show. The tide began to turn. One politician who promised her a Dubai trip ghosted her. Another was arrested for fraud. A rich boyfriend turned out to be married with 3 kids. The illusion began to crumble. Suddenly, the calls stopped. The credit alerts dried up. Rent was due. The designer lifestyle became a burden. Wigs were now sold instead of bought. Esther reached out to her Abuja contacts. Babe, help me now, she texted. But they gave excuses. I am out of the country. Things are tight. Reality had pulled the rug from under her feet. She moved back to Enugu, then shamefully to the village. There, she saw a different world. Mercy and Anayo had built a bungalow, renovated their parents' house and owned 2 cars. Anayo no longer looked broken. He looked fulfilled. He looked free. The man who once begged her was now celebrated. Esther felt the sting. Mercy, she said one evening, forcing a smile. You're really lucky o. Mercy nodded. God has been faithful. No spite, just grace. She wanted to say more, but Anayo walked in. He greeted her politely. No spark, no emotion, just courtesy. It cut deeper than insults. Over the months, she noticed something else. Her parents no longer sheltered her. They praised Mercy in public, proudly introducing her as our daughter who made us proud. Esther began to feel invisible. She began to sulk, complain and withdraw. If I had married Anayo, things would have been different, she told a friend bitterly. But the friend replied, maybe, or maybe, you would have destroyed him. Deep down, Esther knew the truth. She had gambled with love and lost. She had sold substance for glitter, and now the lights were off. One Sunday, their pastor preached on the blessing in disguise. Esther wept silently in church, her tears hidden behind dark shades. Each word pierced her soul. That evening, she went to Mercy's house. She stood at the door, tears in her eyes, and said the hardest words of her life. I am sorry for everything. I was foolish. Mercy hugged her. I forgave you long ago. No drama, no judgment, just love. It broke something inside Esther in a healing way. That night, Esther slept like a baby, not because she had everything back, but because peace had returned. For the first time in years, her soul was quiet. She got a small job at a local radio station. Nothing fancy, but it was honest. She used her voice to inspire young girls. Her story became a silent warning. Beauty had opened doors for Esther, but pride has slammed them shut. Mercy had walked through the same doors with humility and built a palace inside. Her parents now use Esther's story to teach others. Beauty without sense is like smoke, her mother would say. It disappears quickly. And so it was that the sister who was once overlooked became the crown jewel of the family. And the one who once had it all, she learned that true beauty was never just about the mirror, it was about the heart. In the end, beauty faded where pride grew roots, and grace bloomed where humility was planted. Esther learned too late that a crown worn on the head means nothing if the heart is empty. And Mercy, quiet, kind, and overlooked, became the queen her sister thought only beauty could create. Sometimes the crown doesn't fall, it finds its rightful owner.
All that beauty was the throne, but pride can turn a heart to a stone. While one chased gold with empty hands, the other built love on quiet hands. Crown of grace, not one in pride. True queen's heart, truth on the inside. She lost her shine, she lost her place, but Mercy wore the crown of grace. Mercy wore the crown of grace, but Mercy wore the crown